Hey there, welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and other forms of rock music. So, we're doing my series today, which is my favorite albums of 1980. This album comes in, it's Tuesday, October the 11th. This is This is number 11. So, we've done quite a few new wave bands: Blondie, The Vapors, Devo, the Talking Heads. Oh, sorry, that's the band we're doing today. The Talking Heads is the band we're doing today. Now, most of the other bands have that new wave sound to them, although they each have their own little individual additions to the music. The Talking Heads, I think, take it out there a little bit further. So the album we're doing today is Remain in Light from the Talking Heads, probably their best album. Lots of different sounds here. They like to use a lot of African kind of beats, but they kind of North Americanized here quite a bit. And the mixture of lots of different types of instruments, not all of which I'm 100% sure of what they are, but a lot of them, and also quite a bit of guitar in here as well. But they like to mix it up, and they like to have rhythm. There's a lot of rhythm in their music. Also, something that's quite predominant in the Talking Heads music is a lot of vocal harmonies and backing harmonies. So you'll get one set of vocals singing and then a second set doing something else, but it's like not just one person singing with backing vocals, it's harmonies with harmony background. It's a kind of a neat sound, I think. It's a very different sounding album. Not for everybody, of course, I get that. I had a hard time with it when it first came out as well, but it's grown on me over the years. Never owned the album, but did have a cassette with these songs on it. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe when I was moving, I purged a lot of stuff that I wasn't listening to anymore, and it was probably one of them. It's an album I would like to have again, though. But anyways, I'm just going to talk about some of the songs I like. I'm going to need my glasses for this because I can't see very well. Okay, so obviously the big tune on this is Once in a Lifetime, which has great vocals, a lot of interesting music and drums here. Excuse me. I love the harmonies on this particular song. Nice trailing guitar with some nice mixes, nicely put together there. Bongo drums and the keys are also pretty predominant in this particular track. And, I've always liked this song. It's a song that I like to sing quite a bit as well. Some of the other songs on the album that I like, Crossed and Painless, like that tune. It's the second song on the album. Love the guitar bits that they do in it and the fillers. The vocals are strong, especially the harmony vocals on this particular song are really good. Some good guitar soloing, especially at the end of the album, and it's a pretty fast-paced song. And you'll find that with most of the Talking Heads music, it's pretty upbeat and fast-paced. There are some exceptions, and I'll talk about them when I get to them. House in Motion, another kind of cool, interesting sound on this one. Instruments are a lot of different instruments dominating here. It's also upbeat, kind of fast-paced as well. Seen and Not Seen, this is not a song I like a lot, but there's a couple of things in here I do like. Heavy bass, a lot of heavy bass here. Lots of interesting noises in the background. The vocals are somewhat subdued on this song, and the voices are a little bit melodic and metallic almost. Okay, the other song, there's two other songs here I like. One other song, sorry. Listening to the Wind, or Listening Wind, as you call it. It's a lot of percussion instruments on this one. Vocal noise is pretty dominant throughout this particular track. It's a upbeat track as well. So the other songs on the album, The Great Curve, nice guitar soloing on that track, and the start off track, Born Under Punches, The Heat Goes On. A bit of a different sounding song even for these guys, but a nice guitar bit as well. The last track on the album, which is called The Overlord, is different from the rest of the album. Almost all the other songs on the album are upbeat, fast-paced, with lots of different vocal harmonies. This particular song is very subdued, at least, especially at the opening, but kind of stays that way most of the song. But it has a little bit of a progressive sound to it. Like there's lots of different noises that sound very progressive in the way they treat them. One last thing about it I wanted to say. Yeah, it's subdued to the point where, especially towards the end, it seems almost kind of eerie. And I think that's the keyboard part in the song. So, I like this album. It's different. I think it is the last. I'm thinking about the albums coming up. I think this may be the last of the new wave, or what they would call alternative rock and stuff like that from that time period. I think it's the last one I have in my list here. And I think it's at the top of those albums for a reason, because overall it's a much more upbeat, interesting noises and harmonies in it as well, which I like quite a bit. Anyway, sorry about that. So that's it for today's episode number 11, October the 11th. This is the Talking Heads, Remain in Light. I hope you liked. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. And we'll be back tomorrow for another episode of this series, My Favorite Albums of 1980.